Marketing research reveals that this book is the most recognized book ever. Well, it's true. In just the past 50 years, for example, the Holy Bible sold more than 3.9 billion copies, far surpassing any other publication. Even a quick peek into this book reveals several intriguing details. For example, this book is divided into two main divisions that we call the Old and New Testaments. In total, it's actually a collection of 66 books, including 1,189 chapters, 31,103 verses, and, depending upon the translation that you prefer to read, 757,000 words. Take a closer, more deliberate look, and you will discover that this book is a treasure trove of stories, prayers, hymns, poems, and instructions that serve as the primary source for practices in faith, life, and worship. But this book is more. So much more than just a mere numerical accounting of books and chapters and verses and words. A deeper, more reflective look reveals that this book is the story of God. It's one, unified, and unfolding story. As one writer put it, it's the true story of the whole world. You will also discover that the author of this book created you and me in his image for an extraordinary purpose, to play a starring, one-of-a-kind role in his story, to fill the earth with his glory by being his divine accomplice, his commissioned agent in his redemptive plan to renew and restore all things. You know, I've always thought that we invited God into our story. Truth is, God invites us into his story, then charges us to fill the earth with his glory by living redemptively in an upside-down world, in a world gone crackers. How does one do that? The answer is found in this book. It's here that God provides his instructions for how we, his people, his church, are to participate, even flourish in his plan to restore all things. A few biblical models for living redemptively came to my mind. The Genesis charge in the very first book of the Bible. The 10 Commandments found in Exodus and Deuteronomy. Or the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5. A model for Christian living in Ephesians 4. Or how about the use of our spiritual gifts in 1 Corinthians, Romans, Ephesians, and 1 Peter? Even the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 6. The question I have for you is, what models come to your mind? In fact, I've come to the conclusion that the entire Bible, from the very first verse in Genesis to the very last verse in Revelation, is God's marching orders, his instruction manual for how we are to live the life that God has always intended. For the purposes of this particular study, I'm going to select and focus on just one such model. It's found in 2 Corinthians 8:7. But since you excel in everything, in faith, in speech, in knowledge, in eagerness, and in the love that we have kindled in you, see that you also excel in this grace of giving. In the next few videos, I'm going to explore how these graces frame a comprehensive Biblical Foundation for Living Redemptively. Living redemptively in a world gone bonkers. Even thriving, flourishing in a world that's gone mad by living the way that God intends. So join me now for the next video as we study the grace of faith.